It's been a minute since I've been back. I've been busy, unfortunately. That I put other priorities before doing this, which I should put more priorities in worshiping Jesus and doing the ways of the Bible, in a sense, than for my own self. But sometimes it's hard living in this world that sometimes we prioritize things in the wrong manner. Just like today is Jesus is risen Resurrection Day. Or for some people who are pagan, Happy Easter. But unfortunately, it rose into the church in a sense because church people or the leaders of the church think that Jesus needs this, just like Christmas. Hell no. For me, no. I do not go to church because of this. Any church that is willing to let paganism come into the church, for me, they're of the world and not of Christ. If you don't believe me, take the word of the Bible and the scriptures and put it against them, okay? Because it says, I don't even need to read it. It basically says you can look it up yourself. Like, man or woman, don't matter, shall not have two masters. If a man or woman has two masters, in a sense, he will hate one and love the other, or vice versa. So in a sense like this, if the person loves the world, then he does not have God. Because he loves the world more than God. And if a person loves God more than the world, then he's with God, or she is with God. So by saying Happy Easter is basically acknowledging paganism for those who do not believe in Jesus, those who do not believe in God, that it's just a day for them, in a sense. And let's just incorporate it into the church so we get those people to come to church. No, you do not need that. It's just basically inviting the devil to come to church and basically leading the flock astray. Do not do that, okay? And it's unfortunate too because basically Easter, people think Easter is Jesus. No. Easter is about basically, as everybody sees, the bunny rabbit, eggs, and other stuff related to that. And some believe it can be like Esther, the paganist god of fertility, basically children and that. So that's why I don't even want to mix the two together, just like Christmas. And you see, Jesus is the reason for the season. No, it's not. If they know the history, they will know Jesus is not the reason for the season. If Jesus is the reason for the season, okay, fine. Just don't put Christmas and everything with Christmas, the trees, the presents, etc., mixed in with Jesus. If you want to follow Jesus, okay. And then do it according to the Bible, the scriptures, loving people. If you want to give gifts, okay, fine. But don't expect anything in return. That's what's frustrating about me, about going to church. The church, I feel nowadays, are for the world and not for God. And then we need to check the scripture against that. And it says in the scripture too, it's okay. Use the scripture against me. See if I'm lying. I don't mind. I'm not afraid to be tested. Are you? Is the church? If the church is afraid of being tested, then that's a problem. because they know they're going down the wrong path. And then they just don't see it. I had this conversation many times with church pastors, and they can't give an example why they do it. They just do it based on tradition, based on what many, many years growing up, even I had celebrated Christmas because I didn't know any better. I just did Christmas, opening presents, etc., looking forward to that. But never once during that time have I thought about Jesus. Never once. I just thought about myself in presents. And today I'm just like, that's not good. Well, not today itself, but how long ago was it? I would say at least 10 plus years or more. Like, I'm just like, I'm not really, even for my birthday, it's like, I do not celebrate. I might have a drink, I might eat with friends, and if they say happy birthday, I'm like, please don't. Because for me, it's not about the birthday. It's not about the birth. It's how we live. Because birth does not matter. Even in the scriptures. And you can look, it does not say any day about Jesus' birthday. No. Not one. We can give account to particularly when it's possible he was born, but that does not matter according to God. If it was matter, he would put that in. He would put that in the Bible, letting you know exactly when his birth is. But he didn't care about his birth. He cared about his life and his death. That's more important than anything else. And that's why we should do the same. Not celebrate. If we're for God, then we should not partake into any paganism, any holidays, besides what God has commanded us to worship, to partake in. Now, if you get mad, fine, get mad. But why are you mad for? Why? What reason? Because you're mad at me? Or you're mad at yourself? Or you want to live for this world, acting like you're for Jesus? For me, I've been suffering for all my life. So for me, I look forward to Jesus. Even though I deserve death. Even though I deserve hell. Because of my sins in my life. That a lot of times brings me to tears. How worthy I am to be loved by a God so gracious, so loving, that he would bring his only son to die for us so that we may have life with him if we believe in him. But we choose not to because we live for this world. And sometimes it's so hard. I get it. But nothing is hard for God. Nothing is difficult for Jesus. No matter how much we suffer now, it's better we suffer now than suffer for all eternity in hell. That's worse. This little suffering now, temporarily, is minute compared to everlasting, however long that may be in hell. But unfortunately, that's what a lot of people are going today in this world. Because they choose the world. They choose things of this world over Jesus, over God. And I get it. That we don't see the long term. We don't see the death and how it brings us. If we saw that, we saw the death and where we're going and how we lived, I think everyone on this earth would change their character, change their attitude, and you see how much better this place would be. But this is the plan. This is the way to live our life the way we want, to choose what we want to believe. It's like no different. Like people going to church. Okay, great, going to church. But don't tell me if I come there looking like a homeless person and I should be dressed in my Sunday's best and you have no love for me and you're not inviting me, not accepting me, then who are you? Where's the love in you? Everyone in that church should be loving, accepting, no matter the person's condition, how they looked, no matter their status in life. That does not matter. Because how we dress, they like, oh my God, look at him, or look at her. That, look how good he looks, or how beautiful she looks. But the character, how they treat a homeless person, just saying for example, or people in general, is horrible. Do you think Jesus is living in that person? Do you really think the love of God is in that person? If they can't love another who they think, oh, that person's underneath me? No. For they are the world. Which is, to me, sad. And that's why we are so divided. And unfortunately, that's how the devil works. He likes to divide us and conquer us. Because if he divides us, we're not whole as one. We're all separated. So we separated are not as strong as we are together as one. So God said, basically the greatest of them all is love. Love conquers everything, covers every sin. So for those who want to say Happy Easter, just make sure if you are a follower of Jesus that you should know the history of it, especially of Christmas. I'm not going to give you the answers. Look for yourself. You have Google. You have your phone. You can search it and see if it's of Jesus or of not, or of this world. I hope you all have a wonderful day.